Old age often brings along signs such as early graying hair, a weakening body, fragile teeth, sunken cheeks, quick fatigue, a loss of facial radiance, a declining digestive system, deteriorating vision, and many other issues. These are all symptoms of aging. However, these problems are no longer limited to the later stages of life. Nowadays, many young people are also experiencing premature aging. Let's explore this issue through a Buddhist story. One day, Lord Shakyamuni Buddha visited the court of an emperor. As soon as he arrived, he asked the emperor, "Raja, tell me, how are your villagers faring?" The emperor replied, "My lord, thanks to the teachings you have shared, the villagers, even at the age of 60, look like they are only 20. It seems that aging has completely halted for them. My lord, everyone in our land is healthy, lives in peace, and no one needs medicine. The people are all very strong and incredibly happy." Dear friends, today's story is highly beneficial, so please listen until the end. Through this story, you will understand why aging is happening at such a young age. As you may know, Buddha Shakyamuni was once an emperor, but he gave up everything to live the life of a monk. Therefore, he deeply understood what we should eat and how we should maintain a proper lifestyle. Today, we will explore the 12 important principles that Buddha Shakyamuni taught, or in other words, we will uncover the secrets to a perfect life. So, I sincerely hope that you will pay attention to the entire story, and after hearing these 12 principles, try to apply them in your life. If you follow these teachings, you will never fall ill, and the aging process will no longer affect you. We will approach each principle through a story to help you easily remember and implement them in your daily life. Before starting this video, please leave us a like, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our content. And please comment with the following affirmation. Time may take away health, but it cannot take away the experience and wisdom of those who have weathered life's ups and downs. Your comment not only helps us reflect on the value of our past youth, but also inspires others on their journey of self-discovery. Now, let's begin the story. Once upon a time, there was a king named Badar Singh who ruled over a kingdom. This king was extremely kind, fair, and just. He had 2 queens, both very beautiful, but their personalities were quite ruthless. Even so, they shared the king's devotion to religion. King Badar Singh cherished fairness to such an extent that no one in his kingdom ever suffered injustice. He had established a council of 9 ministers, each responsible for a different domain, ensuring that food was provided to the people and all affairs were properly managed. The king had issued strict decrees stating that anyone neglecting their duties would be sentenced to death. Because of this, all the ministers performed their work with absolute integrity. Whenever the king had to make a judgment, he would carefully listen to both sides and render the fairest decision possible. Because of his leadership, the people in the kingdom were always happy. Every week, the king would tour the entire kingdom. During these visits, all villagers were gathered to report on the food supply in each household and to check if every family had enough to eat. Thanks to the meticulous arrangements made by the king, the lives of the people were prosperous. The kingdom operated smoothly and the citizens were content. Because of this peace and prosperity, the people always praised the king's virtues. One day, during a gathering, a farmer and his wife approached the king and said, "Maharaj, we have a very serious problem today, and we beg you to resolve it for us." The king replied, "Tell me what has happened." The farmer responded, "We have 2 sons, and they are about 26 or 28 years old, but they look as if they are already 60. Their hair is falling out, their bellies are bloated, and they have become very lazy, refusing to do any work. We have tried many different kinds of medicine, but there is no sign of improvement." The king replied, "All right," and ordered the ministers, "Let the royal physicians treat this farmer's sons, and all expenses will be covered by the royal treasury." The ministers followed the order, and the royal physicians used the funds from the treasury to treat the farmer's sons. However, after a long period of treatment, the farmer returned to the gathering and said, "Your Majesty, there has been no improvement in our sons' condition. They remain exactly the same." The king responded, "Very well, we will think further on this issue." While he was considering the matter, another couple also approached, crying because they were facing a similar situation. Gradually, the problem became more serious, and soon more than half of the villagers came to see the king, leaving him utterly perplexed. Immediately, the king called for an emergency meeting, declaring that this issue needed to be addressed throughout the entire kingdom. He ordered a comprehensive investigation to find out why the young men in the kingdom appeared prematurely aged and exhausted. The king emphasized the need for urgent action, instructing everyone to go from house to house to determine the root cause of this phenomenon. All the renowned physicians in the kingdom were summoned, and an emergency meeting was convened to discuss the situation. The king addressed the physicians, instructing them to investigate and identify the exact illness or underlying cause of this condition within each household within 10 days. The king promised that whoever could accurately diagnose the problem would be rewarded with a piece of land in the kingdom. All the physicians and ministers set to work, visiting each household and conducting investigations day and night for 10 continuous days. Afterward, during the full assembly, all the royal and court physicians gathered. The king asked each one about their findings, but none could identify a specific solution. To continue this video, please comment with the following affirmation. Time may take away health, but it cannot take away the experience and wisdom of those who have weathered life's ups and downs. Your comment will not only help us reflect on the value of past youth, but will also inspire others on their journey of self-discovery. Now, let's continue with the unfinished story. At this moment, an elderly physician, around 125 to 130 years old, stood up and said, "Your Majesty, based on our findings, I feel that there is an issue with the lifestyle and diet of the people, which is the main reason behind this condition. However, we still do not have a specific solution." The king was puzzled to hear this from a physician who had lived to 130 years old. He said, "So what is the solution to this problem now? You must tell me the solution, because the people have been suffering for a whole month, and they are very anxious. Even within my own family, from the queens, princes, and princesses to everyone else, they are all experiencing the same issue. Everyone is uneasy, so you must give me a solution." At this point, the elderly physician stood up, folded his hands respectfully before the king, and said, "Please forgive me, Your Majesty. We still have not found a solution to this issue. However, there is only one person who can resolve all the problems that your kingdom is facing. If we can invite him, all illnesses will disappear forever. No one else but this person can find the cure." The king said, "Then quickly tell me, do not delay such an important matter. Tell me the identity of this person. Who is this great healer, and how can we invite him to the kingdom immediately?" The physician replied, "Forgive me, Your Majesty, but we do not know where he is at the moment. Perhaps he is teaching somewhere. Please order your soldiers to search throughout the kingdom and identify where Mahatma Buddha is currently preaching. He is the only one who can solve this problem. No one else can do it." Hearing the royal physician's words, the king immediately ordered the most capable minister in the court to find Mahatma Buddha as soon as possible and bring him here. Our kingdom must welcome him with the highest respect and honor. This is my strict command. Mobilize all the detectives and quickly determine which state Mahatma Buddha is teaching in. He will come, I am certain of it. Send my message and tell him that the emperor requests his presence. If he does not come, report back to me immediately, and I will personally go to meet him and share all these concerns." Immediately, the ministers dispersed in all directions. After much effort, they discovered that Mahatma Buddha was preaching in a distant location. The ministers went there, respectfully greeted the Buddha and said, "Venerable Buddha, our king has summoned you. A serious illness is spreading throughout our kingdom. Please come and help." With his compassionate and cheerful nature, Mahatma Buddha always carried one wish in his heart, that all beings on earth be healthy and happy. In his mind, there was no deceit, no one was misled, no one had to suffer, and everyone lived in joy. Upon hearing the request of the envoys, he immediately replied, "Why don't we set out right away?" Mahatma Buddha agreed to accompany the ministers to the kingdom, and his disciples followed him. The king joyfully welcomed Mahatma Buddha at the royal court, bowed respectfully, and invited him inside with the highest honor. Then, the king said to Mahatma Buddha, "Dear Buddha, our people have always lived in joy and happiness, but now a great burden has fallen upon them. A calamity has struck. When it befalls them, it is as if it befalls us. They are not just our subjects, they are our family. Please help us resolve all these issues." The king praised the virtues of Mahatma Buddha, and he was deeply moved by the king's thoughts and sentiments. Smiling, he said, "Why not? This is not a serious issue. Everything will be all right, as all the troubles the people are facing are self-inflicted." Hearing this, the king smiled and said, "Your Holiness, with such a serious problem, how can you say it is nothing?" The king continued, "All right, great master, please do whatever is necessary to heal our people." One of Mahatma Buddha's disciples stepped forward as the Buddha signaled him. The disciple said, "Your Majesty, please allocate a large open space within the kingdom where all the citizens can gather. It should be a place with fresh air, natural sunlight, a gentle breeze, and an open, bright atmosphere. At 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, we will begin treating everyone. But before we start, you must issue a decree that all citizens, including yourself, must be present at that location starting tomorrow. We will deliver teachings to everyone, and these sessions will last for 12 days. During these 12 days, all your subjects will recover their health." The king was overjoyed upon hearing this from the disciple's mouth. "Only 12 days?" the king asked. "All right, all necessary expenses will be covered by the royal treasury." The disciple quickly responded, "There will be no need for any expenses, Your Majesty, so please rest assured. Just issue a strict order that anyone who is not present at 4 a.m. will be penalized." The king immediately enacted this decree and announced, "Everyone must be there tomorrow morning. I will personally attend to listen to Mahatma Buddha's teachings. We will follow everything he instructs, and the soldiers will monitor each household. Anyone who disobeys will be punished." After the announcement, everyone bowed to the king and said, "Maharaj, we will all be there." They also bowed to Mahatma Buddha and dispersed for the day. The gathering concluded, and Mahatma Buddha's teaching session was set for the next morning. Everyone arrived on time at 4 a.m. to hear his teachings. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like on our channel, share this video with your loved ones, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our content. Now, let's get back to the story. When the session began, Mahatma Buddha signaled for a disciple to stand up, and the disciple said, "Starting from tomorrow, all the people in the kingdom must drink 2 to 3 glasses of warm water at 4 a.m. immediately after waking up. This warm water should be sipped slowly from a water container. Anyone who does not follow this instruction will not see an improvement in their health." This was Mahatma Buddha's first teaching, and everyone was required to adhere to it strictly. The following day, he would share the second lesson, and everyone had to attend without exception. When the gathering ended, the next day, all the citizens arrived on time as promised. Mahatma Buddha asked someone in the crowd, "How is everyone doing? Did anyone follow yesterday's instructions?" Everyone raised their hands and responded, "We followed the instructions, and today we feel very relieved. Our stomachs have been cleansed, our bodies feel lighter, and we look much healthier." Hearing this, Mahatma Buddha told his disciple, "Now announce the second lesson. Everyone must walk every day." How much should they walk? Around 2 to 3 kilometers. Children and young people should run, while adults aged 40 to 50 should walk briskly at a pace of 1 step per second, equivalent to 60 steps per minute. If they are able to run, they should not run too fast, just run 2 to 3 kilometers depending on their ability. That was the lesson for the second day. The next day, when the meeting continued, Mahatma Buddha asked, "What have you been doing for the past 2 days?" Everyone raised their hands in agreement. A disciple asked, "How are you feeling now?" They replied, "Dear Guru, we are no longer suffering from any illnesses. We feel as if we have completely regained our health." The disciple then said, "Now, everyone must practice yoga and breathing exercises according to your ability. This includes practices such as Anulom Vilom and Surya Pranayama. Please practice these exercises for at least 30 to 45 minutes each day." The disciple thoroughly explained how to perform each exercise and reminded everyone to maintain a daily routine. The meeting ended, and the next day, everyone gathered once again. When the session began, everyone was asked about their daily habits and whether they had followed the instructions. They all responded in unison. "We feel like we have no sicknesses left. We don't even need alarms because we naturally wake up at 4 a.m. without anyone needing to wake us." Hearing this, the king was overjoyed and astonished to see his people recovering without spending a single penny. The king immediately rejoiced and said to Mahatma Buddha, "Please, stay in our kingdom, don't leave us." Mahatma Buddha, as usual, smiled with his characteristic optimism and calm demeanor. He replied, "Now that everyone knows about pranayama, the next step is for everyone to eat 300 grams of sev every day. You may eat more, but do not eat less. After that, you can continue with your daily activities." The session concluded, and the following day, everyone gathered once more. When asked if anyone felt healthier after following the instructions, they all replied in unison that they had fully recovered, their bodies were filled with energy, and they no longer felt fatigued like before. At this point, one of Mahatma Buddha's disciples stood up and said, "There are still half of the rules left that you have not yet practiced. If you fully implement all these rules, your bodies will be free from diseases, old age will gradually fade away, and it will never come near you. Your strength will remain as robust as Mahatma Buddha's, and your faces will retain their radiance and youthfulness." Hearing this, everyone listened attentively, determined to follow all of Mahatma Buddha's teachings to achieve the health and longevity that he had imparted. The disciple continued explaining, "Listen carefully. Starting tomorrow from 7 to 8 a.m., everyone must eat sev. After that, 2 hours later, you can eat more to fill your stomach as part of your usual routine. But after you finish eating, each person must consume a portion of roi, a mixed grain powder made from various seeds. Absolutely do not mix it with wheat because wheat is not beneficial. Instead, prepare roi from millet, corn, and chickpeas. Everyone should make roi with these 3 ingredients. In addition, your plate should include a bowl of lentils, a little homemade ghee, clarified butter, and a bowl of seasonal mixed vegetables. Seasonal vegetables are highly beneficial and good for health, while off-season vegetables should be stored for long-term use. Finally, 30 minutes after eating, everyone should drink a bowl of yogurt. If you incorporate this into your diet, then after half an hour, add a bit of jaggery to the yogurt. Doing so will help your food digest more easily." The disciple concluded the day's teaching and reminded everyone to return the next day and continue to follow all the guidelines given. Everyone went home joyfully, determined to adhere to all the principles taught. The next day, the meeting resumed, and all the citizens were present. They were asked, "Who has experienced significant health improvements?" Everyone responded in unison, "Your Holiness, we no longer have any illnesses. We feel as if we've never been sick at all." The king was overjoyed and said, "Just by following these dietary instructions, everyone has been healed, and gradually everyone is becoming healthier. At this moment, the disciple continued, "There are still a few more things to keep in mind. Listen carefully. First, everyone should avoid eating and drinking at the same time. If you find it difficult to swallow, take only a small sip of water. You may drink water between meals, but do not drink too much at once. You can drink as much water as you want, but only after at least an hour has passed since your meal. Since you've been having breakfast around 10 or 11 a.m., by 4 or 5 p.m., you may feel hungry. At this time, everyone must eat a plate of salad that matches their body weight. For example, if someone weighs 50 kilograms, they should eat a salad that corresponds to their weight. If someone weighs 60 kilograms, they should eat around 300 grams. And if someone weighs 70 kilograms, the amount should also be 300 grams. For someone weighing 80 kilograms, the amount of salad should be 400 grams. The salad should include carrots, beets, radishes, tomatoes, and a small piece of ginger. Additionally, you should add 3 or 4 cloves of garlic for flavor. If you like, you can add a bit of black salt or roasted cumin. Absolutely do not eat anything else before having your salad. Follow these instructions and return here tomorrow." The gathering ended, and everyone went home, continuing to adhere to the rules that Mahatma Buddha had laid out. The next day, at 4 p.m., everyone gathered as usual. When asked about their feelings and health condition after following the rules, everyone smiled radiantly, their faces glowing with brightness. It seemed as if the aging process had completely halted. Seeing this miraculous change in his people, the king was overjoyed and filled with gratitude. He knelt before Mahatma Buddha and said, "You are truly great, O Buddha. You have healed everyone just through proper diet and lifestyle." The king continued, "Maharaj, please do not leave yet, for there is still so much we need to learn from you. When you finish teaching, I believe that not a single person in our kingdom will suffer from illness, and no one will have to face aging ever again." The king urged, "Please explain everything we need to know. Even I feel as if I am no longer sick. It seems like I have regained the vitality of a 16-year-old. Mahatma Buddha replied, "I will tell you what to do in the evening. Everyone must have dinner before sunset, because when sunlight still reaches the stomach, digestion slows down, and when the sun completely sets, digestion stops entirely. That's why the ancient sages like Asam Muni always ate 1 hour before sunset. Eating early provides 2 benefits. First, the food starts digesting while we are still awake, and after 3 to 4 hours, the digestive process is almost complete, allowing us to have a good night's sleep. If you eat late, the digestive system will not finish its work, causing you to have restless sleep, which will negatively affect your health. Therefore, make sure to have dinner 1 hour before sunset and eat only light foods. Choose grain-based raw and seasonal vegetables, but eat only a moderate amount, just enough to feel slightly full. An hour after dinner, drink a glass of milk with 3 grams of turmeric powder. This turmeric must be homemade, not store-bought. A few hours before going to bed, do nothing but prepare for sleep and be in bed by 10 p.m. If you sleep at the right time, you will have a deep sleep and all the food will be fully digested. With good sleep, you will naturally wake up at 4:25 a.m. without any stress, and your body will be free from illness. In short, remember this: everyone must live fully in the present, like young children. A child doesn't care if their mother is arguing with the neighbor or whether there's enough food at home. As long as they are full, they continue playing happily. Similarly, you must focus on the present without worrying about the past or future. Do not be concerned with what you have today or what might come in the future. Be content with the present and do not dwell in the past. Living in the present will eliminate stress and anxiety, which in turn prevents illness. Remember to follow these rules and never eat outside food. All meals should be prepared at home because outside food is often unsafe. Whoever follows all these guidelines will never suffer from aging or disease. Everyone should abide by these rules together. 1 month from now, we will hold a grand gathering with everyone participating. And so, time passed. 1 month later, Mahatma Buddha returned for the gathering. The king eagerly went out to welcome him and invited him into the court with utmost respect. "Welcome back to our kingdom, which is also your home." Mahatma Buddha smiled and asked, "Tell me, Your Majesty, how are the people? How are your subjects faring?" The king replied, "Dear Buddha, your teachings have brought joy and health to everyone. Those who once looked like they were 60 years old now appear to be only 21. The aging process has stopped. They live happily, and no one needs medicine anymore. Everyone is very healthy and content." The Buddhist scriptures contain many profound and valuable lessons that each of us can apply in our daily lives to achieve health, peace, and happiness. In Lord Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings, he outlined 12 important principles to help people maintain their health and live a long life, unaffected by premature aging. These principles are not only teachings on diet and lifestyle, but also include moral and intellectual guidelines that help us live harmoniously with nature and ourselves. In the story, Buddha emphasized that to have good health and avoid illness, one must pay attention to daily habits, such as drinking warm water in the morning right after waking up to help cleanse the body, walking or jogging daily to keep the body agile, and practicing yoga or breathing exercises like pranayama to balance the body's energy. These are simple yet extremely effective methods to maintain overall health. Buddha also highlighted the importance of a proper diet. He advised that everyone should eat fresh and clean foods, suited to the weather and seasons, and avoid processed or unsafe foods. Buddha introduced the concept of eating at the right times, especially having dinner before sunset, so the body can easily digest food without causing bloating or discomfort that disrupts sleep. These simple principles significantly improve the health of the kingdom's people. One important aspect of the Buddhist teachings is the necessity of maintaining a calm and peaceful mind, free from anxiety. He encouraged everyone to live fully in the present moment, without letting the past or future affect their spirit and life. This is a psychological and spiritual lesson that in today's world of increasing pressures and stress is more essential than ever. Living in the present, relaxing your mind, and being content with what you have will help reduce anxiety and worries, thereby enhancing your health and inner peace. The story also emphasizes maintaining a balanced diet. Buddha advised people to eat in moderation, not to overeat, and only to eat when hungry. He suggested starting the day with natural foods, such as fruits and grains, to provide enough energy without feeling heavy. Additionally, in the afternoon, people should consume a salad proportionate to their body weight to ensure adequate intake of vitamins and minerals. This dietary practice not only helps maintain a healthy weight, but also allows the body to absorb essential nutrients more effectively. One of the most valuable lessons Buddha shared is the need to balance physical and mental health. He emphasized that even if the body is healthy, if the mind is restless and tense, one cannot be considered truly healthy. Therefore, each person must cultivate patience, compassion, and a peaceful mind to nourish both body and soul. This is the essence of Buddhism, achieving harmony between body, mind, and intellect to attain true peace. Physically, Buddha particularly encouraged practicing breathing exercises such as pranayama and basic yoga poses. These exercises not only improve physical health, but also regulate breathing, cleanse the respiratory system, and bring tranquility to the mind. We can incorporate simple practices like deep breathing, relaxation, and focusing on each breath to release tension, thereby keeping both body and mind in balance. Another important lesson is mindful eating and portion control. Buddha advised people to eat foods like ginger, garlic, and seasonal vegetables to boost health. He also emphasized that meals should be consumed slowly and mindfully without rushing or overeating. By eating in moderation and mindfully, we enable the body to digest food better and prevent many illnesses. Moreover, Buddha stressed the importance of sleeping at the right time and getting enough rest. He recommended going to bed early and waking up early so the body has enough time to rest and recover after a tiring day. A good night's sleep helps recharge the body's energy and keeps the mind refreshed and alert. This is a reminder of the importance of maintaining a regular and healthy routine. In addition to dietary and lifestyle rules, Buddha taught that we should keep our minds pure, free from negative emotions such as anger, envy, or greed. He encouraged everyone to practice compassion and empathy toward others, as these emotions not only purify the soul, but also bring peace and happiness to oneself. Finally, the greatest lesson we can draw from Buddha's teachings is the value of appreciating the present and being grateful for what we have. Slowing down, not chasing after fame or endless desires, will help us find peace and contentment in life. When the mind is at peace, no longer bound by worries and stress, the body will naturally heal and maintain good health. Through this story, Buddha conveyed a profound message about the integration of physical and mental health. He taught that a perfect life is not just a disease-free body, but also a clear mind and a peaceful soul. These are invaluable lessons that we can apply in our daily lives to live a happier, healthier, and more meaningful life. So, dear friends, what do you think about Mahatma Buddha's 12 health principles? Are you ready to implement them in your life? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any of our future teachings. And please comment with the following affirmation: time may take away health, but it cannot take away the experience and wisdom of those who have weathered life's ups and downs. This will help us appreciate the true value of our youth that has passed. Thank you sincerely for all the support I receive each day. Your attention and participation are the motivation for me to continue sharing this valuable content. I am truly grateful for your ongoing support and wish you peace and health on your journey. See you in the next video, my dear friends.